Okay, I know you're probably expecting a video from Victor Von Box, but I just couldn't wait. If you know, Toy Story 5 is literally on the way next month, and this is the final trailer. I got a notification. I did not see any of it. I did not see it ahead of time. So, um, oh god. By the way, I have another Toy Story 5. I have a video related to Toy Story 5, which is gonna be a theory. By the time you see this, it's probably set. My Toy Story 5 theory video is probably set to premiere. It depends if you are watching this at or what time you're watching this or when. Um, anyway, let's just get into it, man. And by the way, I just want to say I do not own anything that's used in this. This is just a reaction, so YouTube, do not copyright strike me, please. If you do, I'll be upset. Anyway, let's do this. I apologize if you see my bald spot, by the way.
After Jesse called for help.
Okay. Pizza Planet Truck. Okay, you know I'm gonna do a breakthrough video. Oh, I might as well do a. Okay, so I like. I, first of all, the whole concept, toys versus tech. I like that. And by the way, you see that bell ringing? That's what you need to do on this channel. Hit that notification bell. Um, as you can see, everyone's there pretty much. You got Woody there, Buzz, Slinky, Rex, and according let me mute this. According to the last trailer, pretty much everybody's back. Mr. Prickle Pants is there. Oh my goodness, man! Look at Woody's face. I'm sorry, I don't mean to call him out. Oh yeah, this is a shot from the last. This is a shot from the last trailer. Woody showing off his bald spot. Which I can relate because, like I said, I have a bald spot. And
It's been too long, Woody. Came here as fast as I could after Jesse called for help. We've got it handled. Look, star, deputy, me, no star. Oh, hey, Buzz, what is that? What? Where? Hey. I'm gonna let this device know how things are run around here.
and yes, I've been um, reading the comments about how Bonnie looks now versus how she looked back in Toy Story 4 and in Toy Story 3. Yes, I'm a bit concerned myself, but it's not like okay. Look, I'm not trying to throw shade because I think at this point in Toy Story 5, Bonnie is like what 8 years old now, 9. I think close to 10. Like she's like before her preteen days or whatever. Um, so yes, I know. I'm yes, yes, I've been reading the comments about Bonnie's like design, especially her face. Some people say that her eyes are too far apart. Some people say that her nose is kind of too big, kind of like a round nose in a way. It's not throwing me off a little bit. And to be fair, and I even read some people say that Bonnie got plastic surgery on her face, which it's kind of messed up to say because Bonnie's like at this point what 9, 10. I don't know, but um, but you can see Bonnie. Speaking of it, Bonnie's room looks completely different. Again, it's I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me. I think I mentioned this in the last reaction I did like a month or so ago. That in Toy Story 2, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Toy Story 2 at this point, what are you doing with your life? Um, so Emily, who was yes, I'm aware about the theories. Emily was Jesse's owner, and we all know that Emily is Andy's mom. So, so kind of I find that kind of a coincidence too. But so Emily, who is growing up, growing out of toys and trying to finding something to do to fit in with other people her own age, like with her friends and such. So I think that's what this movie is reminding me of. I think this movie is gonna give us that that vibe from that scene of the movie from Toy Story 2 when Emily once was playing with Jesse, and then eventually Emily was growing up and you know growing up, being too old for toys and stuff, and trying to fit in with other people like her age and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's what this movie is gonna like have us. It's kind of like Toy Story 2 2.0, if that makes sense. So
How to stay calm, Jesse? I'm the definition of calm.
sorry for that long rant.
That's not gonna work. I want to talk to you, device.
We saw this in the last trailer. Jessica?
She used the J word. Scandal.
A scandal.
Come on. She's getting away, guys. Enjoy the garage, Stuffalo Bill. Stuffalo Bill.
Oh boy, okay. Poor Woody. First the bald spot, and I've been reading stuff online that he's getting like a beer gut. Is that what it is, or is that Woody like way to flex, like stretching his back or whatever? I don't know, but and I've seen comments about people not liking Toy Story 5 so far. Personally, to me, and I know this is kind of biased since Toy Story is one of my favorite franchises that I grew up on, but having like toys versus tech, in my personal opinion, I think is a good idea because kids nowadays, this generation. I know I'm gonna sound like a boomer, but kids, this generation, these kids from this generation are always on their cell phones, tablets, just like my older cousin. She's on her phone all the time. Hey, I'm not saying nothing, but hey, I didn't say nothing. You didn't hear it from me though. If she hears about that of what I just said, but I doubt she watches my videos still. I doubt it. Um, yeah, kids this generation though, they're always on their cell phones, always on their tablets. And I'm saying this while I'm holding my laptop. Hey, to be fair, I grew up before this generation, so yeah. June 19th. Okay, I mentioned that. Hold on. Stuffalo Bill. Okay, I mentioned this in my last reaction, and I was talking about it a while ago. Yes, this is. It's a little. Right, I'm sorry. There we go. It's So this is like a recreation. I don't know if this. Yes, we all know where this is from Toy Story 2. Now, I don't know if this is gonna be like a flashback, or if this is gonna be Bonnie, because, well, to be fair, it looks like an open hill top thing. So I'm guessing it's gonna be another flashback done in 4K HD quality. So, and if you saw Toy Story 2, I'm pretty sure this scene looks familiar. This scene I paused on, I'm sure it looks familiar to you. But yeah, I'm a Toy Story fanatic, so I know what I'm talking about half the time.
Then the world started changing.
And I've been seeing, and you know, the fact that, hold on, let me rewind it as I'm trying to find it. Okay, so the fact that Dolly, who's right here, in case you haven't seen Toy Story 3 yet, at this point, um, I don't know why Dolly's wearing glasses, or Bonnie put on purple glasses, like a purple crayon. Put glass. And I know there's a whole debate of saying how to pronounce crayon. I'm not gonna get into that. It's pronounced crayon, like a normal human being. For those who are saying opposite or otherwise, you're a dumbass. Sorry, you're a freaking dumbass. Again, I'm sorry, but it's true. No, I don't know because the voice actress, I'm trying to remember her name, Bonnie Hunt. Um, and if I remember correctly, Bonnie Hunt voices. It's probably her or another actress I'm thinking of, but Bonnie Hunt voices Mrs. Incredible from the Incredibles movie. I don't know if it's her. That also voices Dolly in these movies. Um, yeah, I don't know if it's Bonnie Hunt that also voices Dolly, and she also voiced, and I noticed I got a YouTube notification that went away since I called it out. I don't know if it's her. You can let me know in the comments if Bonnie Hunt also voices Mrs. Incredible, and she also voices Dolly in Toy Story 3, 4, and 5. You let me know in the comments. I don't really know. I know Bonnie Hunt does voice Dolly, but I don't know if she voices Mrs. Incredible. If you remember in the last movie, we got Knifey, well, her new name is Karen, I forgot the last name, Karen Penelope or something like that. But and I like this scene. It kind of reminds me of Toy Story 3 when spoiler again when Buzz and them were like um, in the garage in Andy's house and they were getting in the box. And I like how what Slinky is doing right there. He's like stretching himself to eavesdrop. That's pretty cool. And I like the joke here.
Donate it? Donut. No, sweetie. Donate it.
And yes, I know. Bonnie. Hold on, let me. I know Bonnie looks a bit different. Whoops. I know. Sorry about that. I know Bonnie looks different from the last two movies, but she doesn't look too bad, you know. And no, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to insinuate anything. I'm just saying a lot of people were being mean to Bonnie because you know the way her new design is, and they prefer the way she looked in Toy Story 4. Look, you guys just gotta get over it. I'm sure you will once, you know, like in a few years after the movie's out, you'll get used to it. Heck, if I gotten used to, you know, Andy being a teenager literally a year or so after Toy Story 3 came out, then you'll get used to Bonnie's new design.
He doesn't want to play with toys anymore. She means me. Jesse, you know.
And it looks like
Bonnie better than anyone. What does your gut say? Bonnie.
So I've seen this image a lot that Jesse is like riding a real horse, which I think is pretty cool. We haven't. I think the last time we saw an actual dog was, or not an actual dog like in real life, but I think the last time we saw like a living, breathing animal was Buster, who was Andy's dog from Toy Story 2. And before that, we got Scud from Toy Story 1. Which I heard rumors that Sid and Scud is actually coming back. Which I'm gonna say for a theory video in the future after this. So by the time you see this, it's already set to premiere, so you don't have to worry about it. Maybe so.
Still needs us. Our time ain't over yet. We're gonna need backup.
Pulling a hair.
Affirmative, Commander. No way. Come on, Bullseye. Let's rock.
Pizza Planet truck. Okay, so I think that's pretty cool.